Lawmakers also took up a bill today that would protect Colorado's power grid. CBS 4 political specialist Sean Boyd live with that story tonight. And Sean, power outages are scary.
Yeah, Karen, a power outage in one part of the city lasting even a few hours can wreak havoc. Imagine what an outage statewide lasting hours, days, even weeks or months would do. State lawmakers. Whether it's a solar flare or terrorist attack, the risk of a massive blackout to the U.S. power grid is very real. And while Congress is well aware, it has failed to take action.
What will happen to the people of Colorado if they are left unprotected?
Which is why scientists who conducted an in-depth study of the risk to the nation's power grid are traveling the country, warning states not to wait on the federal government.
What differentiates this from other blackout type scenarios is that the mechanisms can cause long-term permanent damage to many assets.
It's very important in regards to homeland security, security of our citizens in Colorado, and just the day-to-day living.
Representative Joanne Janal, the sponsor of a bill aimed at protecting Colorado's power grid. It calls for the Public Utilities Commission to identify where the vulnerabilities are, how to mitigate them, and where funding would come from. Power companies, including Xcel, push back.
We think the most successful processes are those where you have buy-in from the entities who are being studied. Nothing is worse than trying to drag people kicking and screaming to a table with a study being funded by a third party. It's just not the way to get things done.
Some lawmakers also worried the information might get into the wrong hands.
Most of the time, the bad guys already know about it anyway. And in order for people to understand why we need to do this, they need to understand the facts. This is a real threat. It's not just a theoretical threat.
And the experts say even though electrical lines cross state lines, you can, through the use of sophisticated surge protectors, isolate and protect our power grid. The study would have been entirely funded through donations. Nevertheless, late this afternoon, it failed in committee. A dozen other states have passed or are considering similar legislation. Live in Denver, Sean Boyd, CBS 4 News.